today's video, we watch shortly about the Netflix stock because we see here a big increase of 292% from the all-time low in 2022. And please subscribe and like this video. And I had published 3 videos in German before. The question is if Netflix has, for example, see an increase of the stock price, so maybe the company has increased their business model or the business works better than in 2022. And the question is what has changed and if I invest in the future. And first of all, we should watch the actual revenue, subscription models and more. And here we see a lot of different numbers. First of all, we see a big increase here of the revenue. And we have to watch what happened. So we see from the global streaming paid memberships increase of 40% in last year. And we had 1 year in 2022, we had a flat numbers of subscription or maybe sogar a little decrease of memberships. And then we have a change from the memberships. We have Netflix goes against stream sharing, account sharing, and on the other hand, we had the new business model starting with ads payment. So you could, for example, watch Netflix if you pay $4.99 and as well you get a lot of ads. And this could be an interesting business in the next years, but we had here a change in the business model with gaming or other businesses. The most of the cash we generate, we see we had 2.2 billion in free cash flow, for example, in Q3, and this goes to share repurchase. And for example, we had a forecast of 4.5 million and had 8 million actually in the last quarter. And the question is, how will Netflix perform in the future? And in my opinion, it's very difficult. On the one hand, we have here a forecast of 15%, but we have to look, for example, in the investments, for example, in CapEx. And here we see we have a net cash from 2.3 billion in the last quarter. And for example, in quarter 3, we had stock repurchase from 1.7 billion, so only 600 million to invest, for example. And in this case, with these high stock buys, in my opinion, it's very hard or difficult to decide if it's better to invest in stock repurchase or dividends or in the business model, because we see we have a lot of peers like Disney Plus or Amazon Prime, and we should invest in other business, for example, not only in the streaming, because of maybe to increase the revenue in the next 5 until 10 years, because in my opinion, we have here growth for the next 2 until 3 years, but in the next future, it could be a big problem. So for example, analysts have raised their estimates from 750 to 775 US dollar, and we have 65% of all 51 analysts say Netflix buy stock, 29 to hold, and 6 to sell. And here is, for example, a statement that Netflix doesn't see the ad here at the moment, but in the future. And I would agree with this sentence, because right now the most revenue comes from the normal subscription model, but in the future, for example, Netflix could convert these members who, for example, also canceled a subscription, came back after 2 until 3 quarters. And the advantage here is that they, for example, buy the ad model, they pay $4.99 US and get also ads. Then they can, for example, Netflix can personalize these ads, and with personalizing ads, for example, they have then enough data to recommend other movies or series. And in the advantage then is they watch longer maybe these movies, and then they can get more ads, more personal ads, and that could maybe increase the revenue. Then also they can use this data otherwise for to sell these or to get other business model ideas. And for the next 2-3 years, I think Netflix could have a lot of increase of revenue, but in the next year, so for example, there could be a problem. So for example, 510, because the actual business model only streaming, I don't know, I think it's not so investing for me to invest, and the actual valuation is also very high with a PE from 33 and a forward of 33. We have a lot of cheaper companies outside, and or for example the package from 1.27, or for example the PS page from 8.77 is so high for a growth stock we see. And in my opinion, I prefer to invest in the 5 best stocks and not to put another stock in my portfolio, because it could grow, because the future, I think, is very difficult here. So write your opinion in the comments below, and thanks for watching this video.